So today in this video, I'll be discussing about secondary market, functions of secondary market, history of the stock exchange in India, functions of stock exchange, regulators in the secondary market, the members in the secondary market, how the trading happens in secondary market, the settlement process, and the stock market indicators. So students, hope you know what is secondary market. It is a place where already issued securities are bought and sold. That is, outstanding securities are traded in the security market, which is commonly known as stock exchange or stock market. And investors can buy and sell securities in this market. And these secondary market predominantly deal with equity shares. A well-regulated and active stock market promotes capital formation. Growth of primary market is dependent on the secondary market. The health of the economy is reflected in the growth of the stock market or the stock exchange. So coming to the history of stock exchange in India, the origin of stock exchange in India, it can be traced back to the later half of 19th century. After the American Civil War during 1860-61, due to the share mania of the public, that is the interest in investing in shares, the number of brokers dealing in shares increased. The brokers organized an informal association in Mumbai, which is named as the Native Stock and Share Brokers Association in 1985. This increased activity in trade and commerce during the First World War and Second World War resulted in an increase in the stock trading. Stock exchanges were established in different centers like Chennai, Delhi, Nagpur, Kanpur, Hyderabad, Bangalore. The growth of stock exchanges suffered a setback after the end of the World War. Worldwide depression affected the stock exchanges. Most of the stock exchanges in the early stages had a speculative nature of working without technical strength. Securities and Contract Regulations Act 1956 gave powers to the central government to regulate the stock exchanges. The stock exchanges in Mumbai, Calcutta, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Delhi, Hyderabad, and Indore were recognized by the Securities and Contracts Regulations Act. The Bangalore Stock Exchange was recognized in the year 1963 only. At present, we have 23 stock exchanges, and 21 of them had hardware and software compliance to be solved. Till the recent past, floor trading took place in all the stock exchanges. In the floor trading system, the trade takes place through open outcry system during the official trading hours. Trading posts are assigned for different securities where buy and sell activities of securities took place. The system needs a face-to-face contact among the traders and restricts the trading volume. The speed of the new information reflected on the price was very slow. The deals were also not transparent and the system favored the brokers rather than the investors. The setting up of NSE and OTCEI with the screen-based trading facility resulted in more and more stock exchanges turning towards the computer-based trading. Bombay Stock Exchange introduced the screen-based trading system in 1995, which is known as Bombay Online Trading System, that is BOLT. Madras Stock Exchange introduced automated network trading system Mantra on October 7, 1996. Apart from Bombay Stock Exchange, Vadodara, Delhi, Pune, Bangalore, Calcutta, and Ahmedabad stock exchanges introduced screen-based trading. Other exchanges are also started introducing screen-based trading system. So coming to the functions of stock exchange, the main functions of stock exchange is to maintain active trading, fixing the prices, ensuring safe and fair dealing, it to aid in financing the industry, to disseminate the information, it acts as a performance inducer, and also it acts as a self-regulating organization. How does it maintain active trading? Shares are traded on stock exchanges, enabling the investors to buy and sell the securities. The prices may vary from transaction to transaction. A continuous trading increases the liquidity or marketability of the shares traded on the stock exchanges. Fixation of prices. Price is determined by the transaction that flow from investors' demand and suppliers' preference to buy. Usually, the traded prices are made known to the public, and this helps the investors to make the better decisions. The rules, regulations, and bylaws of stock exchanges provide a measure of safety to the investors. Transactions are conducted under competitive conditions that enables the investors to get a fair deal. Continuous market for shares provides a favorable climate for raising the capital. The negotiability and transferability of the securities helps the companies to raise long-term funds. When it is easy to trade these securities, investors will be willing to subscribe to initial public offerings, which stimulates the capital formation. By this way, the stock exchange will uh, aid in financing the industry. Stock exchanges provide information through their various publications. They publish the share prices traded on daily basis along with the volume traded. Directory of corporate information is useful for the investors assessment regarding the corporate. Handouts, handbooks, pamphlets will provide information regarding the functioning of the stock exchange. The prices of stocks reflect the performance of the traded companies. It makes the corporate more concerned with its public image and tries to maintain good performance. Stock exchanges will monitor the integrity of the members, brokers, companies listed, and also the clients. Continuous internal audit and safeguard the investor audit will safeguard the investor regarding the unfair trade practices, which settles the disputes between member brokers, investors, and brokers, and hence it also acts as a self-regulating organization. So the regulators of the stock exchange, there is a comprehensive legal framework that was provided by the Securities Contract Regulations Act 1956 and the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992. A three-tier regulatory structure comprising the Ministry of Finance, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, and the governing boards of stock exchanges regulates the functioning of the stock exchange. The Stock Exchange Division of Ministry of Finance has powers related to application of the provision of the Securities Contracts Regulation Act and licensing of dealer in the other area. According to SEBI Act, the Ministry of Finance has the appellate and supervisory powers over the SEBI. It has power to grant recognition to the stock exchanges and regulation of their operations. Ministry of Finance has the powers to approve the appointments of executive chiefs and nominations of the public representatives in the governing boards of the stock exchanges. It has the responsibility of preventing undesirable speculation. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, even though established in the year 1988, received statutory powers only on 30th January 1992. Under the SEBI Act, a wide variety of powers is vested in the hands of SEBI. It has the powers to regulate the business of stock exchanges, other security markets, and mutual funds. Registration and regulation of market intermediaries are also carried out by SEBI. It has the responsibility to prohibit the fraudulent, unfair trade practices and insider dealings. The governing board of the stock exchange consists of elected member directors, government nominees, and public representatives. Rules, bylaws, and regulations of the stock exchange provide substantial powers to the executive director for maintaining efficient and smooth day-to-day functioning of the stock exchange. The governing board has the responsibility to maintain an orderly and well-regulated market. The governing body of the stock exchange consists of 13 members, of which six members of the stock exchange are elected by the members of the stock exchange. Central government nominates not more than 3 members. The board nominates 3 public representatives. SEBI nominates persons not exceeding 3, and the stock exchange appoints 1 executive director. 1/3 of the elected members retires at annual general meeting. The retired members can offer himself for election if he is not elected for 2 consecutive years. If a member serves in the governing body for 2 years consecutively, he should refrain from offering himself for another 2 years. The members of the governing body elect the president and vice president. It needs no approval from the central government or the board. The office tenure for the president and vice president is 1 year. They can offer themselves for re-election if they have not held office for 2 consecutive years. In that case, they can offer themselves for re-election after a gap of 1 year period. Members of the stock exchange. Stockbroker is a member of the stock exchange. Brokers and sub-brokers have to register with SEBI. Trading can be carried out only through the members. Individuals cannot carry on trading by themselves. Investors can enter into trade only through the brokers' accounts. The members of stock exchanges can be individuals, firms, or the corporate entities. The Ministry of Finance amended Rule 8 of the Securities Contracts Regulations Act in 1957 to make provisions to admit corporations, companies, or institutions as members of the stock exchange. So, trading in stock exchange, there are different types of orders that are placed in the stock exchanges. Buy and sell orders are placed with the members of the stock exchanges by the investors. The orders are of different types like limit order, best rate order, discretionary order, stop loss order. Limit orders, they are such type of orders which are limited by a fixed price. For example, investor will limit to buy or sell the order, buy or sell the securities by specifying the amount of buying and selling. For example, buy Reliance Petroleum at rupees 50. Here the order has clearly indicated the price at which it has to be bought, and the investor is not willing to give more than rupees 50. Best rate order, here the buyer or seller gives the freedom to the broker to execute the order at the best possible rate quoted on that particular date for buying. It may be the lowest rate for buying and the highest rate for selling. Discretionary order, the investor gives the range of price for purchase and sale. The broker can use his discretion to buy within that specified limit. Generally, the approximate price is fixed. The order stands as buy ABC 100 shares around rupees 40. That is in and around 40 rupees. The broker can take a decision at his discretion to buy or sell. Stop loss order, the orders are given to limit the loss due to unfavorable price movements in the market. A particular limit is given for waiting. If the price falls below the limit, the broker is authorized to sell the shares to prevent further loss. For example, sell ABC Limited shares at rupees 25, stop loss at 22. So next is the type of settlements. There are two types of settlement. One is fixed settlement system and the other is rolling settlement system. Before the dawn of 2002, fixed period settlement system of transactions existed in the stock market. This period varied from exchange to exchange. The BSE had a settlement cycle of Monday to Friday and NSE from Wednesday to next Tuesday. On NSE, fresh accounts which opened between Wednesday or Tuesday had to be squared by a counter transaction or by delivery of cash or shares. BSE provided in addition the facility of carry forward. Transactions can be carried forward for a 15-day period to a maximum of 90 days. Under this settlement cycle, the investor can buy shares and effectively not have to find the cash to pay for them from 1 to 7 days. Likewise, sellers could be in a short position, that is, not possess the ownership claims over the shares that they have sold, or at least have open shares for a similar period. Transactions can be carried out with limited credit. Under carry forward, this can be extended till 90 days. Rolling settlement system. Under this settlement system, the settlement takes place n days, that is 1, 2, 3 or 5 days after the trading day. The shares bought and sold are paid in for n days after the trading day of the particular transaction. Share settlement is likely to be completed much sooner after the transaction than under the fixed settlement system. SEBI has introduced T+5 rolling settlement in equity market from July 2001 and subsequently shortened the cycle to T+3 from April 2002. After the T+3 rolling settlement experience, it was further reduced to T+2 to reduce the risk in the market and to protect the interest of the investors from April 1st, 2003. So next is the stock market indicators. What are stock market indices? Which are the different stock market indices that are used in India will be discussed now. So what are stock market indicators? Stock market indices, they are the barometers of the stock market. That is, they serve as the measuring unit of the stock market. They serve as how the stock market is performing. They mirror the stock market behavior. See, for example, with plenty of companies listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange, it is difficult to look at the prices of every stock to find out whether the movement in the market is upward or downward. The indices will give a broad outline of the market movement and represent the market. Some of the stock market indices are BSE Sensex, BSE 200, Dolex, Nifty 50, CRISIL 500, Business Line 250 and RBI indices of ordinary shares are some of the stock market indicators used in our country. So students, hope the functions of secondary market, the brokers in the secondary market, the listing of securities in secondary market, and the rolling and settlement system and the types of orders placed in secondary market is clear to you. About stock market indicators, I will be discussing in detail in my next video. Thank you for listening.